And the reality is our laws have been really in a time warp from 1996 to 2003. There's been huge advances, very exciting advances in the technology. And actually what we need to do is end the effective ban on genetic technologies, as we've been talking about, but also make sure that we've got good safeguards in place with a very smart, dedicated regulator, a biotech regulator. So, we've got a huge possibility with this technology. When I think about what it can do with respect to helping us deliver on our climate change goals, when you think about what it can do with respect to improving the health of New Zealanders, actually growing our economy. And the reality is we are well behind all the other OECD countries that have made tremendous advances in this space. Australia, the UK, the US, Japan, Argentina, the EU even, are much more advanced from where New Zealand is. So, the good news is that all of our scientific community is very pro it and is saying, look, everything has moved on. And it's no different from you having your phone today in 2023. It's very different from the phone you probably had in 1996. So there's lots of exciting innovation that's happening.
I suppose the risks are different. What do you perceive are the biggest risks?
Well, look, I think I actually see huge upside for New Zealand.
What's the risk, though?
Well, the risk we can mitigate and we can safeguard really clearly.
Risks?
Well, what we're going to make sure is we've got a biotech regulator that is there to safeguard any implications for humans, make sure animal welfare is maintained, and make sure that our environment's protected. And that's a model that we're following off the Australian model, where they have a gene technology regulator.
So back to my question, what are the biggest risks?
Well, I don't see any risks. I think the risks can be managed incredibly well.
You see no risks?
The risks can be managed incredibly well through a regulator. What would happen?
So there are risks, though, right?
There are risks, and each application.
So what do you think are the biggest risks?
Well, each application comes to a regulator for consideration. It goes out for a 30-day submission.
Not answering my question, though. What are the biggest risks?
Well, it depends on the technologies, right? And that's why you want a panel of scientists.
So in a New Zealand context,